Good afternoon, wherever you are. We welcome you to today's show, Face the Nation GH, World Politics. It's a lot and a lot and a lot to talk about. And there's a lot of interesting issues so over the weekend. Same way, we've seen what is happening on the headline. We can see United States for the first time meeting the Chinese, precisely their partners. What does that imply? We'll look at the issues I'm talking about. Then a very interesting or dramatic event that took place when the Commander-in-Chief of the United States, Joe Biden, His Excellency, all boarded the Air Force One. We all saw what happened. We also talk about that, and we see the reaction of the people in the country. And moreover, how some of the world leaders are taking that. That is also a very important thing for us to look into. Then there's a lot also going on. Another stimulus check issue, we also talk about that. Then Trump is also on the headlines today. We also look into that also. So let's get into this. This is what happened over the weekend. Proud to now Biden ever been meeting a Chinese counterparts now. Adeya kakra isi ini. I know say this video has been in circulation. Let me put it this way. The intent is not say you defame the president, no, but we just want to portray exactly what took place. What does that mean to the Americans, and what does that mean to the world leaders? Even though he was able to manage it to get to where he was going by precisely boarding. But you see, proud to so about a week ago, and a Russian president Putin issued a statement. So wishing a good health. He wished he would be better. And now we see driving a lot of response, especially within the United States. Some of the Republicans need to be coming out about give you take on to the extent justifies it's actually embarrassing the country. Not only that, some people are also holding on to the beliefs not say disgracing, but projecting the United States to be very weak and lack of focus. This is how they want to tag the president. Whilst there's also another school of thought, they are only focusing say it was just an accidental. I will just leave that to the public to decide. But now, you're getting into some of these issues under Biden's administration. Almost fellow Chinese counterparts, let's see what actually happened or what actually transpired. Look, there were a lot of issues I'm talking about, but you see, most people are saying, we want to show strength, precisely the current democratic leadership in the United States, because there were South China issue. They talked about hacking. They also talk about trade issues. You didn't say a follow-up from Trump's administration. Now I'm talking about trade like kind of almost intellectual properties are Chinese foreigners stealing any allegedly almost stealing almost intellectual properties. Any abahala or more violated certain tariffs in Yoma. But we didn't see this so much, but we rather saw the Chinese people accusing the Americans. When, especially I saw at time I know more posing questions on Hong Kong issue, human rights abuses, They went to the extent so more accusing Americans and of that Black Lives Matter issue, I didn't say people are saying that nothing fruitful actually came out of this because South China scene is still there. As of now, barely 30 minutes ago. You can see that now Japan, Belgium, any Germans are beefing up security to push the Chinese back. A whole issue, easily say it could be by accidental or a bit merely due to Third World War. So I don't think this was so fruitful as some commentators are saying. Now, on Biden, you focus on one or two things, the administration, Let's see. Economic advisors in Biden's administration are reportedly preparing $3 trillion spending plan just to get the U.S. economy going by reducing carbon emissions and tackling inequality. The plan will begin with an infrastructure measures that may be funded through increased taxes for the wealthy and corporations. I'm not surprised at all when I saw this as a headline today, because you know the Democrats are actually known when it comes to taxes, and they were very specific to tax the wealthy and the corporations. So no matter how happen, sometimes yeah na might be movie or more companies no. Then this issue is coming, but you know what? I'm still getting more information, so I don't want to speak into specific. I say the IRS has just announced that another batch of direct payments authorized by President Biden stimulus bill should begin hitting Americans' bank accounts Wednesday, which is 2 days from now, with mailed checks and prepared cards soon to follow. So I don't know, so I'm on 1,400, and now say he's talking about child care, that 3,005, you know. By tomorrow, we should be able to give you the specifics where this issue is concerned. So me and keep your fingers crossed for now. And the good news is, now it's being not just responsibility, but this current administration building up from what Trump intended to do. Said no, by getting most Americans vaccinated. Now it's even free, even though they are just doing the vaccination based on classes or groupings. But I say many Americans are starting to resume normal life as vaccinations ramp up and states losing their COVID-19 restrictions. But the CDC is warning that it's too soon to be relaxing on so many precautions, and it could cause another major deadly surge of the virus that could overwhelm hospitals. Officials say it's already happening in Europe, where variants of the virus and relaxed restrictions are causing a new surge. You see, time almost started vaccination, you know, you see a lot of people are participating. So people were thinking, say, now many people being vaccinated, stimulus packages being, dispersed to most Americans, corporations and individuals. You know. Our economy, you know, and people are getting back to their normal life. But CDC is saying that it's too early. To the extent it's almost like what is happening in Europe right now. So it's in Europe for us here and after the second variant, you know, a buy no to mimpo handle increasing number of people going back to hospitals. Too early, you're relaxing on the restrictions, air controlling the COVID-19. So I think because I'm a director now, I'll make a statement. I see the CDC director warns of avoidable surge of COVID-19 amid relaxing precautions. So I think it's something we should all be very careful and pay attention to, because the thing and the mere fact that you've been vaccinated doesn't necessarily mean that. And I saw this story. Let me just do it so quick. I say Fox anchor Faulkner mistakenly reported that Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro resigned in the middle of interview with former President Trump, but the announcement was incorrect and bizarre, as such news has not been rumored. I believe it was just a mistake. No, Trump conducting interview. Another issue, a bar up. Now, you movie quick, with Trump. I say former President Trump in new interview that the Republican Party has a pretty deep bench if he decide not to seek a return to the White House in 2024, saying the GOP is stacked with people like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Ted Cruz. You see, the statement that he made here, I say Trump says GOP has a pretty deep bench if he doesn't seek re-elections. What is he trying to imply here? It's like more or less preparing the mindset of the people that he's going to run for the second time, precisely 2024, because the Republican Party is in deep bench. You know, even though more potential presidential candidates, but he's trying to make it sound say he's better than them. That's what Trump is trying to tell us. On the same Trump, you see, or Casemiro have I say, I think we need better leadership, that Mitch McConnell, and stronger leadership. Former President Trump said, I mean, he can't reign in his own people. We have the Mitt Romneys of the world, and the Ben Sasses of the world. These are not good for the Republican Party. To him, who believes that the Republican leadership in Congress, both the House of Senate and Representative, I know say or try to establish something based on how they treated the alleged election rig, how our party, and to me, I'm born so much to come to a better conclusion. Then I'll go after the Republican Party, I mean, all go specifically against the leadership of the party, if I should put it. Then this, once more, me sympathizing with the families. They suffered that bad fate of this guy. You see, this guy, our committee is our suicide bombing, our Boston Marathon issue. I see the Supreme Court on Monday granted a request from the Department of Justice to review a lower court ruling that threw out a death sentence against Sanavi, the lone surviving perpetrator of Boston Marathon bombing. The appeal was filed by Trump administration and could be present to challenge for Joe Biden, the first president in U.S. history to oppose the death penalty and call for an end to the practice. You see, Trump wasn't for it, but even though they are telling Omar appealed the decision from appeals court, federal appeals court, said the United States Supreme Court to consider reinstating Boston Marathon bomber death sentence. So that's what they are doing right now. And yet amnesty, Trump and granting a presidential pardon, but he wasn't for the death penalty. And the lawyers, the opposing side, Supreme Court says that decision not make it during Trump's administration, rescinded that decision. I know it's a very tough thing, but a lot of people wish that because of what he did, but let's see. I mean, the public is actually, or the world is divided where this death sentence is concerned. Now, North Korea and Joe Biden. Let's see how North Koreans reacting to what happened to Joe Biden. And we'll also consider the Iranians, how they reacted to the fall of Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin. See, these are the adversaries of the United States. So somehow, say, Bibi Bonnie etu leader bia, one will want to consider how la almost reacted to it. Because one said there was some tough talk between Vladimir Putin and Joe Biden. But this is what happened. After that, say now, Putin is trying to be in a good terms with this country precisely to reconsider the hostile relationship or anticipated one, because he knew already that the Democrats were going to come after him. So Putin sent the envoy to come to the United States by looking at how Democrats and reacted, or Biden's administration, or calling them back. I mean, he thinks that the relationship between U.S. and Russia shouldn't be hostile because in the long run, them benefited both countries because two of them are superpowers. But you see, it's like this government or this administration just have the intent to go after the man. This is clearly what we are seeing. Anyway, we'll just end it here, and tomorrow we'll take it from there. And we've seen what is happening in the Middle East right now between the Saudis and Iranians. And we've also seen what is happening on the South China Sea, and we see what is happening in Taiwan. We're also seeing the tough words coming from the North Korean leader, precisely the sister is coming out with something. We'll look into that tomorrow.